Hi guys. Hey go. Oh fuck. Hi guys. What's going on? Sorry. I forgot that I was recording earlier, and I don't really use this when I'm streaming because you guys can just hear all of the pops, right? You just have to put up with that. What's going on, guys? How's it going? Hello, hello, hello. It's here we are. Here we are again. How is everybody? How is everybody? You think I'd be more prepared. You think that by now I would have gotten used to being prepared, but I am certainly not, and I never will be. How dare you even suggest that? How dare you suggest that? Absolutely not. Hi guys, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good to see you, Danny, Hoopster, Koga, Natchan, Blissy, Tarantado. I think I said Hoopster, but I'll say it again. What's going on, Hoops? Skit Yoops. JMO, Johnny P, Jellies, hello, hello everybody, what's going on? It's just Mike manipulating the mic. You're quite right. Yeah, no. How's it going? Yes, look, it looks like we've got a strong start already, guys. Strong start already. So, I presume that the majority of you here know how this is done. You've probably been on a few of these streams already, but obviously I've linked the chapter right there, pinned as a comment. If you guys want to follow, you can. If you want to follow, you can. I'm not going to stop you. In fact, hell, I encourage it. I encourage it, okay? Yeah, I know, chat's popping today. I feel like my focus is always ever so slightly off, right? Am I crazy? I love this camera, I do, but I feel like it always loses focus. You know, I feel like it's more interested in focusing on the microphone. Hi, Natalia. Hi, everybody. Quite a few people here, not everybody from the Discord. Guys, if you want to join the Discord, I've probably said it. You probably heard it a bunch, right? But Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member. We'll get you access to the Discord. All free, always going to be free. It's just, that's the way to get through to it, right? Join as a free member on my Patreon. That's the way to do it. So, right. Chapter, guys. You know what? Here's the thing. I'll be dead ass with you. I'll be dead ass with you, and I'm gonna be. I'll pull the mic a little closer so we can be dead ass. We can be dead ass straightforward with each other, okay? I feel that I've been losing a little bit of energy with the Typhoon guy thing, right? I feel like I've been losing a little bit of energy with that. This is a good chapter. This is a good chapter, all right? So I feel like I feel like I'm over that hump with it. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm past that now, and it feels great to be past that because the last two chapters have kind of been a bit like, we're here, huh? I imagine, you know what it is? I imagine this is exactly how people felt during the like Candyland stuff in the Danmara arc, right? I feel like we're getting somewhere now. I'm all for it. Okay, let's go. All right, guys. I feel like we're getting somewhere now. I hope you all feel the same. Anyway, we'll see more of that as we go through it. I don't know that I'm going to be sticking around for ages and ages, guys. I am currently, just as an update, everybody. Just as an update, I am currently working on the next video. It looks like it's going to be exceptionally long. Potentially up to and exceeding 3 hours. So I've been doing a lot of editing. And I'm probably going to stream for 2 hours today rather than the typical what can be 4 sometimes. Because I don't know. I enjoy our time together, guys. I enjoy our time together. This is one of my favorite points of the week, guys. This is like my touch point with all of you. It's great. I enjoy it a great deal. So I stick around too long. All right? But, goddamn, Need to jump on the do a couple of hours of editing before Betty Boos tonight. But it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one, guys. And I'm excited to get through it. All right, I'll say about 20 minutes worth done already, and that's in 2 days. That 20 minutes does not sound a lot for 2 days, guys, but 20 minutes is a lot of editing for 2 days. Okay, and that's no joke. I'm looking forward to getting the trailer done so you all can see what it actually is. No guessing. I don't want to read any guesses, all right? Because if you get it right, then I'm going to be really disheartened. So, no guesses. But anyway, point is, so I may limit our time together today so that I can work on that. I'd like to get it out for next week. I'm going to be away on a business trip in a couple of weeks, so I need it done before then because I'm going to be away for like 3 days, and at that point it's like, you know, that's 3 days no editing if I were to wait that long. So I am fully in work. Tarantado, basically editing is a very arduous Blissy, I've seen everybody in the Discord. By the way, guys, if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member and you get access to the Discord link on my Patreon. It's free. It's always going to be free. Best place on the internet for Dandadan. That's what they say. And there's also a ton of amazing, incredible people there. Some of the best people I've ever literally met and also met in my life, right? So please, 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 guys, check it out, right? Just give it a chance. But anyway, people are saying Betty Boos a lot. I'm hearing Betty Boos a lot. I'm getting a lot of Betty Boo talk in the chat. I'm thinking it's here to stay, guys. Hi, Yuri. What's good, dude? But no, point is, Tarantado, editing is a slow, arduous process. Normally it takes hours to get minutes worth of work done, right? Like I don't know what the exact no, Betty Boos is my invention. I've been saying Betty Boos for a very long time, and the fact that Jellies is also saying it is something I'm very proud of. It's something I'm incredibly proud of. So to edit a minute, right? So yeah, so to edit 1 minute of video can take anywhere between half an hour and 1 hour. So take that as you will, right? Like it's a lot. It's a lot of work. You absolutely will not be taking credit for that, Jellies. Absolutely not. That's shocking. That's shocking. That's a thing I made for me at nighttime when I'm going to bed. I know. No, look, I hear you. Like it. I'll tell you what though. Those hours of editing sometimes can fly by. And sometimes it can take a long time. Doing the Oak Room video, those hours just flew by. Because there was this blend of lots of different, like, there's video content. Hi, Enigma, what's good, my dude? It's good to see you. And Johnny P. Good to see you, everyone. But those hours would just flow by. Like, they would just disappear in front of me. The Kaiju arc video, because it was all panels, nightmare. AI voiceover, right? AI voiceover is not terrible sounding most of the time, right? It's a bit robotic, it lacks emotion, but the problem with AI voiceover is its lack of ability to blend, right? It can do one emotion well or one specific style well, but then you're stuck with that. Getting it to change emotion mid-flow, what's the point? You can't change. Like a good example, because I've written about this fairly extensively when I was in voiceover. A really good example is your capacity to say something ironically, right? If you are trying to say something and you are putting on a specific tone, right? You're trying to sound happy, but you actually mean it like sarcastically. It's like, oh yeah, that's amazing. AI cannot do that. It just simply that's such a nuance that is impossible for it. So you can't do sarcasm with it. You can't do anything like that. Eric, thank you, my dude. Thank you, my dude, for the dono. Everybody, what incredible. Honestly, guys, I appreciate every single penny that comes towards the channel. Genuinely, I do. It means a lot to me. It means absolutely, it's just incredible. You know, like I remember everybody though. Everybody, really important as well to remember that like, don't worry about me just generally. This stuff really helps me stay motivated. It's stuff I put back towards the channel, everything like that. Never an obligation. It's incredible to see donations, people joining on Patreon. I cannot even fathom it. Still, it is beyond me that anybody is paying anything to see the content, right? And it means the world to me. Never, ever feel obliged, though, right? Apart from occasional little treats for the higher Patreon tiers, people who I really try my best to provide extra content, not content, but extra perks for, try my best to provide it for them. It is never a requirement. None of the content is going to be locked away, okay? And if it is, it's only stuff that couldn't have existed and never would have existed without the support. For example, like if there's a piece of video that is not in, that I've removed from a piece of content, maybe I'll release that to the higher tier patrons. Whatever. And typically I'll also sell that for a couple of quid anyway as its own thing. Hi, Diana. Nice to see you. Hi. Oh, Tim. Oh, it's so good to see you, my dude. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. I appreciate that, man. What a guy. He's been doing that since the beginning of time. The beginning of Tim. That guy has been doing that. He's amazing. Everybody, Tim. What a guy. No, you don't need to feel obliged, dude. Never feel obliged. I always appreciate it, though. I always appreciate it. He's a wonderful guy, Tim. He's not always here, but he's a wonderful guy. JMO, thank you as well. Oh, my Lord. Guys. I'm never going to start the chapter. I'm never going to start the chapter at this rate because you guys are killing me here. I will die on stream. Thank you, JMO. Thank you, everyone. Everybody, thank you. All right. Even people who aren't paying, by the way, if you're here, that's incredible. That is incredible. I never in my life expected anybody to actually watch me blather at a camera about Dandadan, anything. And we haven't even spoken about Dandadan yet, really, in any real way. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. But yes, video, it is coming, guys. It is coming. I'm editing it currently. I'm hoping to get it out next week. Really hoping up. Another one. Hey, come on. That's enough. No more. No more. I appreciate you. Thank you, JMO. What a guy, ladies and gentlemen. What a guy. Right, thanks, everybody. Thanks, Enigma. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. Now then, we've done our 15 minutes starting, right? Should we do the chapter? Do you guys want to do the chapter? I'm hoping next week, Blissy. I'm hoping next week, right? But we'll see. I'll get to the pomade after I've done the thing. Yeah, Shadow, you're quite right. It's too early for pomade, guys. I would pencil it in for hopefully. I don't know when, actually. I don't know when to pencil it in for, to be honest. When does the season start? Is it the 10th? Or is it the 3rd? Does the season start on the 3rd? I think it's the 3rd, isn't it? The 3rd, right. So that's next week on Thursday. Holy shit. Right. I don't know. We'll see. I wanted to get the video out before the season started. just to get that boost, but it might come out just after. Actually, would that work? I don't know if that would work. I don't know if that would work, actually, because I need... Because I'm going to be away from the 8th to the 10th. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll see how far I get this week. But 3 hours is no joke, guys. 3 hours is no joke when you're working full-time as well. So, we'll see. It gets done when it gets done, but I'm hoping to get it done sooner rather than later. I'll do it on the night. I'll do it on the night. Right, chapter. We're doing the chapter now. Stop. You stop. I can see you. I can see you about to donate. Stop. Save your donations until later. Okay. Anyway, right. Oh, sorry, Tim. No, you got me. He got me. So, we see the Typhoon man presumably being destroyed, right? That's okay, Koga. That's okay. Presumably being destroyed, and we see it from the perspective of the guys in the plane. Specifically Raya, who's got his little oxygen mask on. You know, that C-tier character? I want to say I put him as a C-tier character. And he's just chilling on the plane. And he's discussing the fact that they beat the Typhoon. I mean, yeah. That was like, I feel like we must learn a little bit more about the Typhoon guy. Or is he just the guy who just showed up and now he's gone? Like, oh yeah, no, there is a whole website dedicated to where he is, actually, now I think about it. My mistake. My mistake. My mistake. Anyway, on the plane, we see our old man baby, Daiki, and he is also watching, pretty shocked at the Typhoon thing, and we get a little bit of a little flashback to him. By the way, guys, what are we thinking? Yeah, Tuma, I think I agree for the most part. I don't think it'll feel as bad on rereads. It's just week to week, the Typhoon thing was a bit exhausting. And it's also because week on week we've just had fights on top of fights, you know. I just want to see them back together, guys. I just want to see them back together. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, I know. Who would have thought Daiki would be an asshole? Who would have thunk it? I couldn't care about Daiki, to be honest. That is brutal, by the way. Oh my god, you're a couple of weeks out, Yuri. You're kind of more or less exactly where we were before, you know. No, to be honest, I think that tying up the Typhoon thing now, and in retrospect, I'm going to be a lot more okay with it. It's just it hasn't really. This chapter has been like the best part of it, right? And we'll get to it in a minute. Right? And by in a minute, I mean probably half an hour. Sorry to hear that, Sarah. You know, Sarah, I was going to put it in the compliments channel on the Discord. By the way, guys, Patreon link in the description. Join my Patreon as a free member, and you get access to the Discord, best place on the internet for Dandadan, blah, 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 blah. Amazing people over there. I was going to put it in the compliments channel. We have a channel dedicated to compliments. It's been great having Sarah around a little bit more now that she's on her break. It's been great having Sarah around. I feel like the energy in the Discord is noticeably a bit more heightened, and seeing your puns is always a highlight for me. So it's good to see you there more frequently, and it's good to see you here as well. You know, it's noted. It's noted. Very, very enjoyable individual. A lot of enjoyable individuals over there, to be honest. One of us. If you want Enigma, how can I mean, I'm trying to think of ways that I can actually communicate with you without doxing my info. But I don't know if you have Twitter. if you have Twitter or something, if you want to send me a DM on Twitter, I can just give you a link to the Discord if you like. So if you have Twitter, just DM me and I can get you a link to the Discord if the Patreon isn't working. The only real reason that I use Patreon as that is so I can filter out spam. I just don't want lots and lots of people joining without some degree of ability to vet people. But Enigma, you've been around for a bajillion years, dude. You've been around for a bajillion years. You are one of the first, if I recall, that I've actually had proper interactions with back in the day. So please just, I am on Twitter. You know your enemy. You got to know your enemy. Also somebody a few weeks back posted one of my videos, and I was just like, oh my, that's me. So I need to be there so that I can see it. I'm calling it X. I'm not going to call it that. The king is dead. No, guys, come on. Yeah, Jenny, I'm a spy, guys. I'm a spy. But yes, also, you're quite welcome, Sarah. But, Anyway. Flashback. We get a flashback to when, Zuma took in Daiki, at the end of the Damara arc, and offered to let him stay in that flat. This would have been just at the beginning of the Damara arc. But anyway, and then he swears to set things right. So, Zuma's just like, I feel like we've gushed about Zuma a lot over here at Safety Zone Rookie HQ, right? But he's a great guy. He's a dutiful guy. He's got a desire to do the right thing, and that's pretty badass, especially for someone who's suffered as much as he has. Daiki backstory before Momo confession. Yeah, I know. Everybody has to have a backstory, don't they? Everybody has to have a backstory in this show, in this series. Oh, thank you, JMO. I appreciate that. Oh my lord, save some for you, man. Save some for you. All right, next time you think of donoing, right? Just go and get yourself an ice cream or something. Thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody, I always appreciate it. Genuinely, I do. It means a lot. And it also makes it's always really fun to it's also really fun to kind of like I no doubt see me melt down because I still don't know how to accept these things. I don't, what I mean? Like, you see streamers who are just like, hey guys, thanks for the gifted subs, and then they move on. I don't know how to do it because there's like, how many of us? There's like none of us. There's like 30 of us. Thank you, guys. Maybe put your change in the tip jar. Anyway. Where was I? So I'm keeping up with chat and I'm also doing this. I don't know how actual streamers like deal with it, like focus on two things at once. I'm just like, yeah, everybody's gotten a backstory. Yeah. So yes, Daiki is concerned about where Zuma is. This is like a side character thing, isn't it? It's like a side character thing. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Yeah, so Daiki is concerned about where Zuma is. And Raya's all like, I don't know. I hope he makes it back, though. These guys have, like, no powers, to be fair. They're probably so stressed out right now. They're just like, what the hell is even happening? Because they don't have powers at anything. They're just in a plane that's going down. Like, what the hell? Yeah, I just want Momo to be big as well. She's been small for about a third of the manga, right? about a third of the manga. Is that what we landed on? Was it a third? I think it was a third. It was between a third and a fifth. Raya's been getting it. Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, if anyone's gonna die, I could see it being Raya. You know? Yeah, I know, Jenny. That's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that these guys are up and walking around on this plane is pretty stressful in and of itself, right? I think that it was a third. It's a third if you count the time that she was in the board game. If you count that as her being small, then she's been small for a third of the manga, just shy of a third. If you don't count that, if you count it just as her getting out of the board game and being small, it's a fifth of the manga that she's been small for. You think the old man's gonna die? I feel like they're gonna get. I feel like the old man is gonna get turned back into a kid again. I feel like it's too cruel. I feel like it's too cruel for this literal child old man to get iced when all he did was play a board game. Although, how do you go back, actually? How do you go back to being a kid? Because he's lived a full life, right? He'd be way ahead of his class in a lot of aspects, but you'd need a lot of help, you know? Yeah, they don't really kill people off that much at all, really, in Dandadan, right? Yeah, he's gonna have a weird life. He's gonna have a very weird life. I mean, you get a second run of it, basically, but he's got the downside is he has to take all of the trauma with him to the next one. Yeah. He just shows up and he's like, by the way, I can fly a plane. By the way, I can fly a plane, just in case anybody needs... If that's a skill that is currently being required, I can just kind of fly this thing right now. Yeah, my dad did it. I watched him do it, so that means I could probably... Yeah, whatever. I think I got it, yeah. His sword. He has a sword that can cut... Huh. When did that happen? When did that happen? Was that in the Damara arc? Have I is that just information that's disappeared from my brain? When they first met him? Oh yeah. I'll explore that when I finish the chapter. If I finish the chapter at this rate. Yeah. I'll check that out in a minute, Sarah. Thanks for pointing that out. Anyway, Daiki is all like, we have to go help Zuma. And Raya's kind of like, no, you can't even walk, dude. And then he has a little flashback to being in a plane because his dad, he says that he knows how to pilot a plane. I think that he's exaggerating a little bit, if I'm completely honest. You know, that's like, I think that's a stretch. Saying I know how to pilot a plane is a stretch, right? Receipts in the Discord. In the Discord, by the way, guys, anybody who's watching who isn't part of the Discord, best place on the internet for Dandadan, scientifically proven. They did studies on this very recently. You didn't read about that? Cringe. Okay. But it's true. Scientifically proven to be the best place on the internet for Dandadan and a bunch of other stuff as well. Link to my Patreon in the description. Join as a free member. That's free. You don't need to pay to join the Discord. And voila. Access to the best place on the internet for Dandadan. I'd take that deal. Hell, I'd take that deal. Damn good deal. So you should take it. You should do it. It's good for you. Metal bird goes flappy flappy in air and then lands. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Oh, I know how to pilot a plane, by the way. I've done it in GTA a bunch. A bunch, alright? I only crashed a few times. I've only crashed a few times. It's really easy. You just hold R2. Duh. You just hold R2. Are you a stupid idiot? You just hold R2 and it just takes off. You want to land, you hold L2 and it will land. Are you an idiot? Are you a moron? Are you a moron? That's how it goes, dude. front loader. I can't drive, guys. Oh, wow, that's badass. I want to drive one of those. Tractor? It's like a video game. This is way different. This is way different than playing a video game at the arcade, you know? Well, you don't know that. If you don't know how to fly a plane, dude, how do you know that? How does he know that? Maybe he's just shit at both. Yeah, honestly, if they put like a PlayStation remote in there, I'd easy peasy. Like Clockwork from Sly 2. Oh yeah, like the Clockwork parts. We did not just get a Sly 2. We did not just get a Sly 2 reference in the chat, guys. Oh my God, Shadow, did you just drop a Sly 2 reference in the chat? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's the shit right there, dude. That is the shit. What a great game. What a great goddamn game. You know when you go around the edges of the buildings and it goes doo 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 as you sneak? It's the fucking bomb. Anyway, I got distracted there. I really like Sly. Tell me, chat, which Sly character would you be, chat? Which character from Sly would you be, chat? Don't worry, guys, I got you. 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 There you go, guys. Chat, let me know which Sly character you would be in Sly, in the video game Sly. Yeah, the manga. The manga. It's a video game. You should go and study it. Anyway. Oh my God. Yeah. Chapter. I'm on the chapter. Yeah, Sly Cooper. Anyway. Raya immediately responds by saying, "No, you can't do that. You're so stupid. You obviously can't fly a plane." But then Daiki's like, "My dad was a plane," and it was a plane. My dad was a plane. No, my dad was a pilot. He says his father was a pilot. My dad was a plane. Fuck. Shit. Yeah. No. My dad was a Oh, Christ. Sorry, guys. I found that very funny. He says my dad was a pilot. Oh no. Oh no, chat, clip that. Chip charp. No. Anyway, he says that his father was a pilot and that he let him use the computer flight simulators all the time. So that means he can basically fly a plane. Apparently. Yeah. And then he says to Raya that, "Oh, I've kind of been leading you on and fooling you this entire time because everybody else is really cool and really nice, but I'm a piece of shit and I'm not worth protecting because I bullied my classmate." He's a bully. He's a bully. Oh my God. Oh my god. That's quite a... Got a lot of bullying going on this chapter. A lot of dealing with bullies and stuff this chapter, I feel. You know? A lot of bully-related stuff. It feels like now's not the time to, Now's not the time to air this out. The plane's going down. You know what I mean? Like, maybe now's not the time to air this. He's all like, oh, you know, when I was a kid, which was like in your time a week ago, in my time 50 years ago, right? I was just, and he's just like, oh, I'm going to become a pilot one day. And everyone's like, yeah, you're really cool and smart, Daiki. You're not going to get caught into a board game or anything and turn into an old man or anything. You can do anything. And then another kid's just like, he's like, oh, what about you, stupid idiot, at the front of the class? You won't amount to anything. You suck at school and you're good for nothing. Yeah, no, Daiki, you're a dick, bro. No, I mean, no bully can't be redeemed, of course. He hasn't really done anything to redeem it, to be honest. A lot of people think that they'd be sly here. Why are y'all thinking you're that cool? I'm sorry, I've not got a problem with it, right? But let's be real. We're sat here discussing manga. Okay? You probably would be a Bentley. I don't want to be that guy, but you'll probably be a Bentley. I'm sorry. Okay? No, I'm not saying I wouldn't be one. I'm not allowed to vote, so... Bunch of Bentleys in the chat. Yeah, you could be the Murray. Alright, you all think that you're sly. You ain't sly. You're a Bentley. You're a goddamn Bentley. Sly! Them's fighting words. Nah, you a Bentley. Yeah, probably. Aw, Tim. Appreciate your honesty, bro. Appreciate your honesty. Yes, chapter. Anyway, Carmelita Fox. That's the one to go for, Janny. You know what's good. Anyway, he starts bullying another kid in the class called Toro. And he's all like, you're an idiot and you're never going to be anything or nothing. He's like, best you can be is like a bin man or something. Which is really shitty. That's a really shitty thing to say, right? Number one, because why do you think that you get to decide? And number two, there's nothing wrong with that. Someone's got to do it. It's not even a bad job, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? What's your problem, dude? At least he's not gonna get stuck in a board game, presumably. If he doesn't get dementia mid-flight, that would be very bad. Yeah, there are worse things. That's true. Anyway, Taru is all like, yeah, well, actually, being a bin man isn't all that bad. They literally are super important. It's quite a good job, so cheers, mate. Which is like, ooh, burn. Like, he didn't even have a comeback to that. He's just like, you dare talk about people who aren't pilots in a positive light? Bro, my dad was a plane. Alright? My dad was a plane. He looked down on him, but actually he was the one who was really clever. And it made him realize... Well, to be fair, he's owning up to it. He's a kid, right? I'm joking around, right? I'm joking around. He's a kid. Whatever. It happens. Kid's insecure, right? And I think that this is... It's weird that they never... Like, they could be teeing up something with Hase in the future. Because they're giving us, like, the motivation of why people would bully people. Insecurity. Maybe. Or maybe this is their way of it. Maybe he was like midway going. Maybe when he introduced Hase, he was all like, I'm gonna redeem him or whatever. I'm gonna redeem him and all this. But then midway through, he was like, actually, screw this dude. Like, Tatsu was like, screw this dude. I'll just make Daiki a bully and he can get redeemed instead. Yeah. He's just like, I'd rather just keep Hase as just a douche who can't be redeemed. So what I'll do is I'll just make Daiki a bully, and instead I'll just fix him instead in like three panels or something. Easy. It's just as good. And then he's all like, and because of that, I got stuck in Jurassic Park. I got stuck in Jumanji. And then his parents rejected him when he got back. That is bad, to be fair. That is really sad. He's had a bad life. Daiki's had a bad life. You know what? I've decided that I'm now pro Daiki. All right. I know that I've thrown a lot of shit around in his direction. Okay, but I've decided I'm now pro Daiki because he's had a lot. He's had a bad go of it. He's had a bad go of it, and now he's like, what is even the point, man? And he's like, I want to apologize to that kid who probably doesn't even care because he looked actually quite content with the outcome of that conversation anyway. But I don't know. I think bullies are very interesting people because you sometimes will see like people who bully or do something like that. And then they're like, oh, I want to apologize to the person that I bullied, like 15 years ago. But it's like, dude, who you doing that for, my guy? Is it really for the person that you bullied, or are you doing it for yourself, right? Just like I want to be absolved, please. Can I please be absolved? I need to be absolved. What do you do if that person goes, nah, I'm good. I'm not really interested. I still haven't watched The Silent Voice. I've got it on Blu-ray. Don't spoil it. I've been waiting until the Dandadan fever releases its grip on me, but it hasn't yet. I don't have space. I've talked about it before, but I only have space for one thing right now in here. And if I watch something else, I will forget other things. How to spell, for instance. My parents' faces. You know? General other things. Gone. And I can't forget Metal Gear Solid. Right? That stuff is like etched into my brain. You know? If I died and people managed to preserve my skull, the runes carved on the inside of my skull will, when decoded, explain the entirety of the Metal Gear Solid saga. That's what's in here, like carved on the inside of my skull. Sometimes I hear it chiseling away in the night. It stops me from sleeping. That was a weird thing to say. That was a weird thing to say. All right, I'll just admit it. All right, I'm gonna just say it. That was a very weird thing to say. Okay, but I'm fine. It was a joke. I was just joking. You okay? I was just joking. That doesn't happen. How is he even carved there? No, it's kind of like an eldritch thing. Anyway, back to the chapter, I think. Anyway, he says that he's learned from Zuma how to live like a person. He wants to be a good guy and not a complete piece of shit. And I respect that. If anything, it's more difficult to change. You know? He wants to be a decent man, and that's decent, I suppose, right? Like, you can't undo things that you've done. and he wants to do the right thing now. Again, maybe now is not the right time to be doing this. You know? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Schlog. Yeah, I don't. Maybe JMO. Like I said, I've kind of got a silent voice already on DVD. I also have Your Name as well on DVD or on Blu-ray. It's just sat there. They've been sat there for half a year, and I've never opened them because of this. You know. Because of this. Because of this goddamn thing. I need the brain space for more Dandadan, guys. Alright, I'll get there. I'll get there to all of it, alright? I just need more time. I just don't have time. You know? All I want to do is watch Andor. I haven't seen it yet, man. God damn. Okay, I will look at yeah, I know the chapter. The chapter. All right, guys, back to the chapter. I know March comes in like a lion. I know. There's a million different things I need to watch. I'm sorry, everybody. To be fair, I think Sarah is actually at the top of the list. I think Sarah's at the top of the list because she has literally been trying to get me to watch that since prior to March. So... Oh my god, I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible person. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you. I just kick cans down the road like some kind of Dandadan Umaki. Anyway, we get to see Psycho in the cockpit, and she ain't looking so good. I mean, she is looking very good, but like not, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you kicking cans, bro? Hey, bro, you kicking cans, bro? That's how he talks. He definitely says bro like, bro. No, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, she's looking good, but like not like well, you know? Yeah, you get it. You all seem to get it. She's looking good, but she does look like she's unwell. You know? And she's struggling to keep it together. I mean, at this point, this is the outfit that she's been rocking for a long time. And honestly, I'm really glad that look, I mean yeah. Look, I think when Psycho was first introduced into the series, right? Like in the anime and stuff, like her fits like were like, you know, questionable at times. I felt like nothing like they were wearing clothes at home, right? She was at home. She was wearing her clothes at home. I like that she's got a bit more of a thing going on with this. I don't know if I'm just extremely biased to the exact nature of it, though. That's probably what it is. Yeah. You know what? I thought I was making a point. I'm not. I'm just biased. I'm gonna be honest. Anyway. She's struggling. She's struggling, and she knows that Momo's in trouble. And look, she can't pilot the plane. She doesn't know how. She's reading the manual about how to fly the plane as the plane goes down, right? Yeah, no, that's it. A counter for going back. No, we can't do counters. There's enough counters. Those normal emojis. Get them out of my chat. Get those normal emojis out of my chat. Get those normal goddamn emojis out of my chat. Right, guys, stay there. Stay there for 1 minute. Don't. I can see the numbers right now on concurrent viewers. 1 minute. Stay there. All right. What's good, guys? Tom Jones. Tom Jones, you mean from Flushed Away? Oh, he's Tom Jones. He looks like Tom Jones. Yeah, a minute colloquially. And I'm impressed, guys. It doesn't look like anybody left. Well done. No, I did have a coffee at the beginning of the stream, though. What was I? Yes, right. Okay. Anyway, Raya and Daiki enter the cockpit and they're like, "You good? You good, miss?" And that reactivates her brain. Because being called miss, and I don't really understand the translation for that. If I'm completely honest, I don't fully. Is the implication that calling her miss makes her feel old, and then that makes her wake up because she's insulted? It might be a translation thing. I don't fully get it. I have water as well. Alright. Don't worry about it, guys. They didn't call her ma'am. It's about Psycho. That's a real fact. That's a real true fact. Right, that sounds about right, yeah. Anyway. She questions them about why it is that they think that they can fly it. And Raya tells her that Daiki's dad was a pilot. Like in nothing, never mind. Because he used flight simulators, and Saika's like, "Oh, why didn't you say that?" And it's a good point. Why didn't he say that? Was he asleep at the beginning of this? Was he asleep at the beginning of this or something? You know? Anyway, looks like the old man baby's flying it. Meanwhile, they are still flying the Mongolian death worm through the sky. Weird, just weird. This whole thing's weird. Oh, there we go. Hugo, what's good, Hugo? We're on 199. Next week is 200, guys. I can only presume something's going to happen. You know? I can only presume something's going to happen on 200. They're probably just going to get to the shrine. They're probably just going to get to the shrine on 200. Anyway, they're flying around on the back of the remains of the Tsuchinoko. And they beat the Typhoon. Like, they did it, but they've lost the plane. And everybody's just kind of hanging on for dear life. And Momo's like, where are we even going, by the way? And she tries to get Nakikita to take them back to the plane. And she's like, no, idiots. We're gonna... She's like, guys, we're gonna take you to our hideout so that you can become human sacrifices. And look, guys, I'm really pleased about this. Not because of the human sacrifice thing, but it confirms to me that we are not just getting a, they're back, but they're good now. These guys are pieces of shit, and they still are, and that's awesome. Because these guys deserve, they deserve to be treated like shit. They deserve punishment, because you don't just get over what they did. And it's also good to see, Gigi react, or rather, the evil eye react, right? It's something that I feel was sorely needed to really elevate this situation a bit, is for the evil eye to actually be relevant, right? Because otherwise bringing the Kitos back without it kickstarting something to do with the eye is weird. It's a choice for sure. You know what it is? I feel like the story, it feels like the story at the moment doesn't have room. It doesn't really have room to sort out another thing. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it might have been a little bit of a... Again, I don't know where this is going. And when we get to the destination, we'll be able to look back at how we got here. And we can make a judgment call on, yes, that went well. No, that didn't. It's the nature of stuff that's creative, right? Is to take a bit of a risk with things. And I appreciate that. I do. But as it stands currently, at the point that we're at, looking towards where we're going, it's not really worked for me so far, which is a shame, because the rest of the stuff, like the Okrun and Kinta fight, and the Ida Rin and oh my god, I've forgotten a name. I'm not doing a bit here. Koki. Sorry, I was looking for Rin's name. In my head, right? I was like, I've forgotten who Rin is, thinking I had already said Koki. My mistake. I've been editing all day, guys. I've been editing all day, guys. All right, forgive me, please forgive me, Koki. Please forgive me, Koki. What's the name of the little flying spirit? What's the name of that little spirit? Oh my god. My. Gah! It's in here. I told you, it's because we've been talking about other things. It's because we've been talking about other anime and I've forgotten things. This is your fault, guys. This is on you. This isn't on me. This is on you guys, right? You shouldn't have been talking about other stuff. It's replaced important information in my brain. I swapped it out, you know? I'm a bit tired. I've been doing a lot of editing, you know? What an accusation. I'll accuse. Hell yeah, I'll accuse. You can't stop me. Nobody can stop me. Anyway. Gigi starts pleading with the evil eye to try to get it to not surface. And these guys just love sacrificing. They love human sacrifices. It's like their favorite thing. She's like, no, Jin, you're also gonna get sacrificed, by the way. They're like, you're not mates. Like, what the hell? And then there's a big shark, big megalodon shark that starts flying at them, and the gang jump off at the last minute, and the Kitos and the Mongolian deathworm all get eaten up, which is, I suppose, quite a fitting end for the Tsuchinoko. But also, I highly doubt that this is the end of them, right? Let's change music, guys. Let's change music for a bit. The one was fish bait. I like that. Oh, thanks, Nachan. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really doubt that that's the end of them, because if that were the end, that's pretty dissatisfactory. Like, why introduce them just to ice them like that? I'm sure that, look, they've survived being eaten before, you know. I just hope that the worm doesn't end up somehow morphing with the shark. That would be too much for me, man. Anyway, they jump off, and Gigi has changed to the evil eye, and he's also thrown off poor old Zuma there. And the evil eye is not happy. Naturally, you know, he wants to kill the Ketos, which makes sense, and he's kicking the shark around in the air. The shark didn't deserve that, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. He's just doing his thing. But it is really good to see, and I really like the way that Tatsu has drawn these frames. It feels so much different. Like just it feels so much more, well, angry, right? Like, it feels aggressive, and you can sense the rage. It's like a different manga, you know. It looks like something that's in a completely different manga. Pet worm, that would be cool. No, Naki Keto is, the Ketos, in my opinion, are fully irredeemable. There is no redeeming them, because redeeming them is to undermine the deaths of, they've not done anything to even attempt. I mean, redemption in itself is already a tricky concept, because you can't undo what they've done, and I don't necessarily think that helping the main characters would have been enough to redeem them anyway. It's just cheap. Yeah, the pomade comes at the end of the chapter, guys. We'll get there. And on top of that, they're still evil, as proven in this chapter, and they have no intention of redeeming themselves. They're kind of pieces of shit. And the evil eye, at the very least, this shows that the evil eye does have, like, that resentment inside of him that's not been fixed towards the Ketos. And I think drudging it up like this means that we must be dealing with it, right? Like, it has to be something to be dealt with. The evil eye has been such an integral part. It's kind of Gigi's whole thing still. It's kind of his whole thing still. And I think that it needs proper resolution. Yeah, no, that's it. Like, there is no redeeming these guys. Honestly, a part of me even feels like treating them as the comic relief is already kind of weird. Just because they suck. The Ketos are the worst. They are the worst guys. Yeah, they weren't coming from a place of wanting to help. It was more of a prioritize. Like, I mean, they were going to use a knife to stab people. Just a normal knife to start stabbing on the plane, right? It's like, these guys are the worst guys. And I hope that however they are finally dealt with, I hope that it comes with proper resolution for the evil eye. It would be nice for him to be able to find some degree of peace, you know? Because I think that's what he needs. Because like the underwear was like the cursed element of him, right? Or the part of him that carried all of the hate and grief and despair of all the other people that he drew from, I presume. So maybe this hate is just his, right? I don't know. But the Ketos are the worst. So I imagine that they're not dealt with yet, but we'll see them. I don't think he's forgotten that they aren't human. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right, Blissey. Yeah. I think that the evil eye at some point is just gonna have to. It's his whole thing. I think is gonna have to be letting go of his hatred. And I think that Gigi, as a character, is quite a good avenue for that. I don't know. I feel like at some point, I feel like Gigi and the Eye are going to have to kind of become somewhat more merged, right? Because at the moment, it's like two completely different individuals just in one vessel, right? Which is very different from the way that the yokai powers and stuff work. I think at some point there's going to have to be some degree of merging of the two of them, or an understanding between them, or something like that. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, they've dealt with the Ketos, or rather the Ketos dealt with themselves for being bad drivers. And they're falling. I mean, they're in the middle of the sky, and they're just falling. And the evil eye wants to continue to kick the shit in. Zuma is also completely out of umbrellas because he only has 2 of them. I love the you know, another thing as well, to be honest, is I quite like the evil eye just generally. I think he's very fun. I like this idea that he is just a kid as well. I like that he's a kid. It's like the fact that he takes enjoyment in the fact that they're free falling is just really quite sweet. I think that's what's so tragic about him, is that it's like he never got the opportunity to grow up. But anyway, they all grab onto each other, and the eye doesn't really want to, but he gets told what's what, and she tries to use her powers as a parachute. But it doesn't work. Presumably they're just too heavy, right? Or she can't even form wings when holding on to them. Oh yeah, it's kind of like a... It's like when her hands were tied up behind her back in Akira Silky Arc, she couldn't properly use her powers, right? So if she's holding on to them, it's like she can't, because they're kind of like extensions of her, right? So she can't form it because she can't properly control that part of her, or she doesn't have full control over that part of her. Yeah, I like him in the Kaiju arc as well, to be honest. I think that's... The Evil Eye is a really interesting just character, to be honest. I really enjoy having him around, generally speaking. It's just, it would be nice to kind of get a little bit of progress with him, because we haven't really seen much in the way of any kind of progress from him since the Evil Eye arc, which would have been a very long time ago. You know? Like, when did that end? Like, when did the Evil Eye arc end? Like chapter 60? 64? Something like that? Right? I think it's been like 140. It's been like 140 or 130 chapters at this point. Yeah. Just generally speaking, I'm not going to do the tier list today, by the way, guys, just because I'm a bit tired, but also I kind of want to do a bit more editing before Betty Boos. So I'm thinking, like, you know, just about an hour, just shy of an hour. But yeah. Also, I'm excited for doing the Thursday streams when we get to it. But let me finish the chapter. Anyway. So they're falling. but the plane is coming back because apparently Daiki can actually fly a plane. And Vamola still exists, everybody. She's not, like, asleep. She's using her targeting system. These guys can just fly a plane. They've got their own little mobile... They're a mobile hideout. Vamola needs a moment, right? I feel like Vamola needs a moment. She's not really, like, done anything, like, really powerful. I really like her because she's just really sweet and well, she's a bit airheaded in a way, isn't she? But like earnestly so. I like her a lot. She's just still stuck in the wall. You know? Yeah, Iron Man panel. Yeah, that is what it is. She's got an Iron Man thing set, like Jarvis, we're gonna get shawarma. That's a Avengers reference. Yeah. Yeah, you know that character Iron Man? You like him? He's in the Avengers. You should check it out. You should check out the Avengers for more Iron Man, Tony Stark moments. And she reaches out. Momo reaches out for the plane, and she grabs onto it. And just like that, guys, I think we're done with the Typhoon Man thing. One must wonder, though. One must wonder, why are they not... Why are they still in empty space? Right? If the thing's been defeated, the Typhoon Man has been defeated. Oh, Vamola, yes, she can turn it on and off now, can't she? Yes, you're right. Because it wasn't an alien. It wasn't an alien. It was a yokai. That's an incredibly powerful ability that they've got access to now, right? That she can just take them in and out of empty spaces. An incredibly powerful ability, because up until now they've just been completely at the whim of it. But now they actually have the capacity to just jump in and out at any moment, which is fascinating. Thank you, Blissy. Gifted subs. Thank you, everybody. Incredible. Incredible. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Wolf got one as well. Yeah, this is a celebration of the end of Typhoon Man. Thank you, Blissy. Thank you. Missed Sarah. I miss Sarah as well, but you know, Sarah is with us always. I could be Sarah. You could be Sarah. Stand on top of your desk and just say, "Oh, Sarah, my Sarah." Yeah. You are Sarah. Oh no, I don't need to see that picture again. I don't want to see that picture again. Sarah's on Rookie doesn't exist. I got it. I got it, Blissy, after the thingy. Look, guys, everybody keep trying. I'm sure you'll hit Sarah eventually. You know? I'm sure you'll hit Sarah eventually, guys. Hell, somebody else give it a shot. I bet you'll get her if you drop 50 subs, guys. Guys, if you drop 50 subs, I'm sure you'll get Sarah in that. 50 gifted subs. Go on. Give it a shot. I said it on stream. Now it's canon. No. No. Please. Please. If you guys don't know what it is that we're talking about when we refer to Sarah's on Rookie, it's in the Discord. If you want to join my Discord, best place on the internet for Dandadan and all kinds of ridiculous nonsense, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member on my Patreon. It's free. What's better than free? I don't know. Nothing. Nothing really. And that'll get you access to the Discord link. And then you can join the community. It's great. Everybody's great. I don't know what to tell you. It's pretty neato. It's pretty neato. Jenny, thank you. Thank you. Oh, you got support. You got support. Oh my lord. All right, Michael. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. I apologize about the spoilers in the thumbnail. I need people to click them, guys. It's not my fault. I need people to click them. I apologize. But hey, you got support. That's pretty sick. Nice work, Danny. Janny. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You know, there's a delay between me saying something and you guys scolding me for it. I'm waiting for the delay to pass, and then everybody's gonna get angry at me. It's like, you know, when you say something and it's like, oh, in about 5 seconds this is gonna be really bad for me. No. I meant Janny. I meant Janny. I'm sorry. No. Look, chat. Come on, chat. I'm just kidding with you, chatters. Chatters look alike to you, mate. No, come on, guys. No, it's fine. Yikes. Oh my god. I'm a bit tired. Been a busy bee. I've been a busy bee. Look, guys. The things I'm working on. The great works must continue. Yes, you're quite right. Now it actually is pomade time, guys. As we've had a lot of fun here, guys. We've had a lot of fun. At least I've definitely had a lot of fun so far. And while we're not quite done yet, it's important to acknowledge the people who support the channel actively at the highest tier. I don't know what motivates these crazy people. They're crazy people. I like that kind of crazy. It's the kind of crazy that helps me continue doing this and continue wanting to do this. But there's no denying that you're all crazy people. Okay, so I'm just gonna shout out all the highest tier patrons. You guys are amazing. Genuinely. I don't know why. It's a very humbling thing for me. Because I feel like most of the time it's just me in this room screaming at a camera with the occasional long form video. But hell, yeah, I'm all for it. So that's Blissy Cat, Burlap Sack, 5th Gram, Hoopster, Jellies, JMO, Orbis, Sarah times 5. I'm not calling her that. Mother Support. she's Mother Support. That's who she is. Serpo. The real Fancy Danny. Right, so this is more confusing than ever. Wolf Tesco Home Brand Michael. Because his middle name is Michael. He named himself partially for me. He went and got himself legally changed. Like his middle, it's actually really weird. I'll tell you about it in a second. It's a really weird story. And then also the one, the only, you know him, you love him, Tim Kai. I don't think he's here anymore, but he was here earlier and he dropped subs. What a G. What a G, by the way, guys. Anyway, right. I know I actively missed the support part of your name, Jellies. Yes, you're quite right to note that. I don't know what this thing is, what this cult of personality is. I don't like it, and I will not be feeding into it. Thank you. All right, absolutely not, guys. I appreciate you. Genuinely. Anybody... Look, I mean... it's a very funny balancing act. It's a very funny balancing act on my end because... naturally, I want everybody who pays to support the channel to feel like they are recognized for doing that, because I do recognize it. I more than recognize it. I revere it. It is it's beyond me. It's beyond me. And if you were me, if any of you were me, you would know how weird it is to know that the stuff that you're putting out has gained a following of people who are actually interested in supporting it. And that is it's hard to attach words to, if that makes sense. Like, I wish it were easier to properly convey the exact, you know, it's not even necessarily that, you know, I'll get back to that. My point that I was getting to is, while obviously, guys, means a lot, and everybody who pays for the channel in some way, shape or form, or supports the channel monetarily, that's crazy, guys, but it keeps me going. It genuinely does keep me going. But it's also worth acknowledging, guys, that everybody else who doesn't, super important as well. All right, like, that's where the views come from. That's where everything comes from as well. The ad revenue is not insignificant, and it's important, right? So don't feel like you have to. Never feel like you have to. Anybody. Times are tough, okay? And anybody who does decide that they are downgrading their support or stopping support of the channel, whatever it is, I don't know, because, like, you know, people come and go. People have been paying for the various different levels, and they've also dropped off and stopped. That's fine. This is really important, right? I never want you to explain it. You do not need to. Nobody needs to ever explain it. That's the main thing, because you're not obliged. No one is obliged. And people in the past have left or stopped supporting the channel, and they've felt the need to message me and explain it, apologize. Do not apologize to me, okay? If like, honestly, if either the content isn't sufficient to warrant support any further, or you can't afford supporting any further, or you just don't want to, don't apologize. Any of these factors, I'm fine. I'm going to be fine. I'm always going to be fine, okay? It's just the enthusiasm that comes through when people actually support the channel monetarily is very important. It's very valued. But it's not... Do you know what I mean? Like never feel obliged to do it. Again, I only say this because, like I said, people have left various tiers before, in the past, in the recent past, and it's kind of felt like they've felt like they need to explain it, or are obliged to explain it. Do not, never do. I'm not gonna. It's not gonna change my opinion of anyone. All right. So people who have left, I don't know if they're watching or not. We're good. It's cool. It's fine. All right. It's fine. Like, I'm not. It's not paying for my rent, kind of thing, right? It's cool. Everybody who is supporting the channel non-monetarily by just being here, thank you as well. Genuinely, thank you as well. Anyway, like I was saying, it's kind of difficult to properly conceptualize the way that it... Do you know what I mean? Like it's such a... If you try to put yourself in the position that my brain is in, it's difficult to you know, like, I don't know. It's at the end of the day. It's a lot of work, but it's hard to. You never expect that people are going to actually have an interest in the content that you make, kind of thing, right? You know what I mean? It's just strange. So it is important, and the way that people drop subs and gifted subs and stuff during the streams, I still don't know how to react to that. But it is always really, you know, humbling, right? So everybody, or I want everybody to just feel recognized in that way, right? Okay, because it is important. Thank you, Artemis. Thank you, Artemis. I saw someone else commented like yesterday. I think it was somebody else. Somebody commented saying the same thing, that is like favorite YouTuber. It's so weird. It's so weird, man. I don't know. It's such a weird thing, man. I don't know. I mean, yeah, like it's just it's nice to be appreciated. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Artemis. Thank you. Like I said, guys, I'm working on another piece currently. I'm editing it at the moment. It's gonna it's a long one. It's like hours long. Probably not gonna do another one as long as this until Space Globalist, which actually isn't very far now I think about it. I can tell you for a fact it's not Space Globalists. All right, there's a schedule to things. Okay, and I think that most of you are aware of it. It goes. Thanks everybody. No, I don't need gassing up anymore. I don't need gassing up anymore. Yeah, no, that's how I feel as well, Jenny. Like, I used to be so nervous doing these. So nervous doing these, but now I'm just kind of like laid back and I'm just like chilling. I feel like I'm just chilling with you guys, like we're just chatting. But no, what was I saying? Yes, there's a schedule. There's an order to things. So we go retold, so a retold video, and then something else, right? That is a little bit more creative, I guess. It's not so much just a retelling of an arc. It's something a bit more, well, you know, like usually the character pieces, character analyses kind of thing. The Gigi one, the Okurun one, but also in there's also the yokai video. And then obviously the main one, the goat one, the Momokurun video, right? Those are all the you know, the stuff that I think has higher audience penetration. They've got a better chance of being recognized by people outside of the typical audience, which is you guys, the core audience. But the retolds obviously are very popular with the core audience, you guys, and people like you guys. So those are the ones that keep everybody kind of chugging along. And then it means that I have a little bit of wiggle room to do other stuff as well. I knew it. I knew somebody would pick up on that. Bad, Sarah. Bad. Absolutely awful. Audacious. I'll rephrase for you. They have wider appeal. Wider mass appeal. But the retolds are also popular. The last video, the Kaiju video, was a retold. Right? It was a Dandadan retold. Which means that this is something else. Okay? I can't picture any of you figuring out what it is. Especially for it to be 3 hours long. And I don't really want you to guess. Because if you get it, then I'll be disheartened. So don't guess. Keep it to yourself if you do guess. And if you say, oh, I guessed that, I won't believe you. So you're better off just not guessing. You might as well just live with it. I'm glad that you enjoy the retolds, Artemis. They are difficult to make. They're the easiest to write, but they're the most difficult to actually make because it's just you there picking out panels for the most part, right? A Discord, a glazed video. Yeah, that might be it. Yeah, it's definitely that. Not anything Dandadan related, of course. Sarah probably knows what it is, but she has the ability to connect things. I probably breathed particularly loud at some point in the past, and she's gone, oh, well, that must mean because of some kind of association with whatever. And she's got it all on a little pinboard in her mind, and she somehow knows it. And she also has my national insurance number, probably. All right, Hoops. Thanks for joining, dude. It's always good to see you. You're the best, my guy. Also, Hoops, I appreciate your positivity checks, my dude. Absolutely magical. Very important. Keep doing them, dude. Keep doing them. It's good to put a little bit of positivity out there, buddy. But, you have a rough guess. I don't want to know what it is. I don't want to know. Hell no. But, no, it's not. It's not a 3-hour Discord glaze video. That would not have very wide appeal to anybody, actually, outside of the Discord. You know, one of the things that I lament, actually, is that the Cursed House arc video and the Evil Eye video are, because they're made now, obviously, they are never going to have in them actual content from the anime. Breaks me heart. Breaks me heart. We did finish the chapter. Oh man, I'm looking forward to having new stuff to actually make use as footage in videos. Honestly, I've seen the same the same clips from the anime a million times. Yeah, remastered them like like a video game company. I'll do a live action version. Get a green screen and do a live action version. That's all the rage these days, isn't it? I can remove vital parts of the story, like Lilo and Stitch. Dandadan. Remake the... Oh, can you imagine remaking it? That'd be wild. Right at the end. Just remake it. Yeah, I mean, Enigma, like I said, if you want to just get me on Twitter, dude, I'll get you a link over. Oh no, not a live action. I've done my time in hell with that, guys. I've done my time in hell with that. The Cowboy Bebop thing, unforgivable. Yeah, I'm also gonna do weekly streams on the Thursday going forward from the first season 2 episode. The only thing to note, guys, is that when episode 2 comes out, I'm not going to be able to do a Thursday stream, most likely, because I'm going to be away. I'll try and get it out on the Friday. If I can't do Thursday, I'll do Friday. But if I can do Thursday, then I'll do Thursday, right? You know, like, just for consistency's sake, I want to make sure to get all of them. I think they're going to be fun. I'm looking forward to those streams, to be honest. It's going to be good. I don't know exactly what format that's going to take yet, because I don't know that watching me watch it would work necessarily. But I'll figure something out, you know? Not Betty Boos. Not quite Betty Boos, Koga. I am going to, probably at past. I am going to, stop streaming, and I'm going to go and edit for another hour or two. You know, I need to get it done. Needs to get done. I've done some cool stuff in there as well. You know, it's funny because you'll get like partway through. You'll get partway through like a sequence or something, like a sequence in the edit, and you'll be like, oh man, it would be really cool if I did this effect or I did this other thing, and then you spend like 40 minutes for like what is amounts to 2 seconds. If you're lucky, it's 2 seconds of content. Usually it's less, but it looks good though. You know, like it's so. What can you do at a certain point? If it looks good, you got to do it, because once it's in there, it's you know what I mean. What are we doing? Are you guys casting for a live action? A live action sounds terrible. I don't want to see a live action. Anime does not translate well to live action, I feel. Yeah. No, editing is a pain, Yuri. Yes, you're quite right. I mean, I do enjoy it, to be fair. I enjoy it more when it's not just manga panels. When it's When it's something that I can actually include the main anime content in, it's a little bit better. Like I said, I'm... Hi, Sevlo. You missed the chapter talk, unfortunately, my dude. But by all means, check out the VOD. I did some pretty cool stuff that I'd love to explain, but I can't because it would give it away. But goddamn, there's something really cool in there. That that I had to do a lot of work to figure out how to get implemented into it, and it's in the intro. The intro is done. Usually the intro takes a lot more work and a lot more thought, but I'll tell you, like, I've got the intro done. The trailer will be released when the video is scheduled and uploaded. I always put out the trailer and stuff that provides the thingy. So you're talking the day of, maybe the day before the premiere, you'll get the trailer, and the trailer will just be the intro, and then in some way me slapping on the time they will be released. But I think it's pretty good. But you'll see. You'll see. I don't know what else to tell you. You'll see. Yeah. Maybe I'll drop the trailer later, and I swear to God, it won't be a Rick roll. Promise you. I'm sorry about that, by the way. The other day, guys, about the Rick roll. I'm sorry about the Rick roll the other day, guys. It was incredibly funny, though. I found it very entertaining. Isn't that all that matters? You don't know if it's going to be the actual thing or a Rick roll. You don't know. I like to keep people guessing. I'm not sorry. That is a fake apology. There's a fake fucking apology. I'm a liar. Yeah. I don't mean it. I never mean it. It was hilarious. I was actually dying of laughter. It was great. Because I knew people would fall for it. And I knew people who knew what it was would still fall for it. The legendary April 1st video. Never gonna give them up. Good one. Very good, Sarah. It's very good. Always gonna let you down. I'm always going to. Yeah. Oh, everybody's angry. Come on, guys. Where's your funny bone? Did it become illegal to be funny? Oh my god. Riled them up. Yeah, they're riled up. But that's fine. You know, it's fine. Mom, they keep rickrolling me. When you least expect it. Yeah, I mean, no, will you though? Will you though, or am I immune to it? There should be a plugin that turns every rickroll link into like just text on your screen that says this is a rickroll, or it comes with a disclaimer. You know, $1 million idea right there, just sitting there. Michael's being Michael again. Yeah, I suppose so. Yes, perhaps a little bit of being poorly behaved, but that's fine. That's fine. Keeps things interesting, guys. I do feel like I'm a little bit more absent in the Discord just recently because I'm working on my stuff. So it's kind of like, you know, jumping in and causing a little bit of chaos every now and then is a nice way to remind you all that I'm still there. You know? Don't you feel cared for and catered to? That I would go out of my way to do something like that, to make a classic prank like that. You know? Wait until I send the trollololol guy. You remember the trollololol guy? Shut up, Shadow. Shut up, Shadow. Honestly. Pranks are my love language. That's funny. Are they too young? No, Yuri, don't say that. Don't say that. Echoing mumbles from within the editing cave. Yeah. You know, I've actually been really, you know, like I said, I miss, tomorrow when I'm working, I'll probably be in the Discord a lot. Shh. But, I do miss hanging out in the Discord a bit more. Like I tend to be around just so that I can see. Oh my god! I just saw what Nachan. I just saw what you said. That is cursed. That is hilarious. I'm not gonna reveal it. Like, very funny though. Very funny. Very cursed. I'm never gonna rewatch that. I'm never gonna rewatch that. Anyway. Yes. When I'm done with Danny. You know what, guys? You know what, actually? You know, I bitch and I whine about working. As everybody does. My job's alright. You know? Like, my job's alright. I can, at the very least, I'm not like, at the very least, I'm not, you know, absolutely physically eroded from it. And you know, I have breathing room and stuff. I don't have someone breathing down my neck all the time. I can't really complain. I will complain profusely. I will. And I do. But it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I mean, it's marketing, right? What is there to complain about? You know? It's boring B2B marketing. It's fine. It's super fine. It's like super okay. It's the British way. That is it. Complaining is our pastime. Should have heard us going on about the weather recently. Mind you, actually, every single corner of the internet that I've seen, guys, the Americans have not been, you've not been looking good when it comes to the complaining about the weather thing recently. You'll see any British person or anything like that like go, oh, it's hot. Tell you what, it's hot, right? And then you guys, you don't know what hot is. It's like, oh, whoa, shit, okay. I guess it's not that hot. I guess it's not that hot. My bad. I thought I was warm. But I guess it's not as hot as I thought it was. Jesus. Like, I'm sorry, I'm cold, I guess. Is that what you want me to say? Is that what you want to hear? Is that what you want to hear? That I'm cold? I'm not. 30's hot for us, guys. This is like, oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for mentioning it. I'm so sorry that I mentioned it. You don't know what he is. Oh, Jesus. I don't know what 94 turns into in Celsius. 34. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. That is hot, no doubt. But I feel like a broken record at a certain point, having to say that that you know, all these buildings in the UK are designed exclusively to keep heat in, right? We don't have air conditioning. I definitely don't have air conditioning. None of the houses have air conditioning, and all the buildings are hefty brick designed to keep in heat. It's inescapable, you know. Walking into a Tesco is a welcome break. Is a welcome break because you can peruse the store with air conditioning, right? But none of the actual buildings have. So 30 here is inescapably hot. But whatever, you know, it's all relative. It's all relative, guys. You know? To be fair, I'm in Glasgow, so I don't even have as much oh, don't even start, Blizzy. To be fair, my flat is actually not that bad. My flat is actually quite good for remaining cold. Oh yeah, Wolf. I was gonna say earlier. Yes, guys. Crazy thing about Wolf, right? Now, obviously, you know Wolf. You guys know Wolf. One of the most dedicated. Like, for anybody who doesn't know him, he's a very dedicated member of the channel and the Discord. You want to join the Discord, best community for Dandadan on the internet, guys. Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member to get access to the Discord. Wolf. Very, very beloved around these parts, right? Funny thing about him, he actually legally got his name changed so that his middle name was also Michael. Named after me, he said. I'm naming myself after you, he said. And he got his name legally changed, so Michael was his middle name. Honestly, it was a bit much for me. But also, like, he also said something about naming his firstborn Michael, but I don't know. I had to talk him out of also getting Rookie in there as well. He was going to call himself first name Michael Rookie, last name. First name and last name not being his first and last name, mind you. They're just placeholders. But yeah, no, he did. He'll probably deny it. He'll probably deny it vehemently. Don't listen to him. He's just embarrassed. But he did do that. He told me. Yeah, he told me that that's what it was. Michael Rooker. Yeah. Exactly. Michael Rooker, otherwise known as my cousin. Yeah. Yeah, but he did do that, actually. That did happen. And like I said, he'll deny it vehemently, but don't believe him. Do not believe him. He's full of it. Absolutely full of it. No, Michael Rooker is my cousin. Because they're fabulous, J-Mo. Yeah, thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny, as if it weren't already blatantly obvious. Mr. Safety is my father. Please call me Rookie. Is that a Finding Nemo? Finding Nemo. Ain't no Ratatouille. Let me tell you, ain't no Ratatouille. Is that the new manga volume? Is that the new manga volume cover? Or is that someone else has drawn it? Alright, good to see you, Artemis. I'm glad to catch you. Welcome to the community. Is that the new cover then? That's kind of badass. Yeah, the Momo and CSG one. That's cool. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Damn, that is a good looking one. I feel like the covers have been really been going for it recently. Big fan of that. That is good. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take a Momo cover. Hell yeah. A Momo and Virgil. Oh, hi Brand. I didn't see you there, by the way. Didn't see you there. Yeah. Did you just say the same thing as me, Koga? You say the same thing as me at the same time. That's strange. That's a brain cell and a half, isn't it? Didn't see you there. That is weird. Yeah, no, that is bizarre. No, he copied me. He copied me just like Wolf copied my name. He copied me just like Wolf copied my name, which he did do, by the way, guys. Please feel free to call him out on it. Anybody who calls out Wolf on the fact that he legally got his name changed, so his middle name was the same as my name, anybody who calls him out will win social credit points. Right? I'm going to be implementing a social credit system, and you will win social credit points if you call him out for that, because he can't just get away with it. He can't just have anybody's name like that. You know, he was born as Mr. the Wolf, and he'll die Mr. the Wolf. All right, and he can't change that. And the fact that he's trying to, it doesn't sit right with me. It's crazy that he tried that. That he's done that. He has done that. Like, that's not something I've made up. That's actually a fact. And if you call him out on it, you'll win social credit points. Tax deductible social credit points. So I would do that if I were you. It's just good money. It's just good. It just makes sense. So guys, please do that. Don't worry about it, Shadow. You'll find out. You'll find out what they're for. I mean, to be honest, they're more just a reputational statistic. They're a statistic for proving your reputational worth to the community. You know, whatever. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. You can let him get away with it. Mr. the Wolf Michael last name. That is it. That's perfect. That is literally it. Mr. the Wolf Michael last name. That is his name. That is his name. That is it. I see that there's a stream. Oh my god. JMO, thanks for clipping the my dad was a plane. Fuck, I can't believe I said that, by the way. What the hell, man? What's going on? What's going on in the old doodad? What's going on in the old doodad up here? Mr. the Wolf Michael last name. That is very funny. That is very funny. Absolutely, like needlessly catching strays. He's not even here. He's not even here. Hiya, you've just arrived as I'm about to start wrapping up. Perfect timing. Please call me Pilot, Mr. My Plane. Please, Mr. Plane is my father. Oh no. What's in memes? What's in memes? cheeks hurt. They hurt from laughing. You did not edit that. I can't believe that. That is... I feel like something was just born. Like a meme that is going to stick around here for a while has just been born. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. My father was a plane. Jesus, that is so good. That is so good. Such a good edit. Did you like? Obviously, you did that during the stream, so it mustn't have taken you that long. That is incredible. That is really good. Oh, the Willie Nelson song. Oh, my cheeks hurt. That's the best reason to feel pain, by the way. Laughing too much. Oof. Yeah, no, I feel like this might be one of the first new jokes. This may be one of the first new ongoing jokes of season 2, guys. By the way, this just goes to show how at the whim of Dandadan we are as a community. By the way, we are just a complete vassal community of Dandadan because we're in season 2 because the anime is in season 2. That's what it is. Like, the anime's season 2 has come, so is ours. We're a complete, like, we are a vassal community of the Dandadan community. Tatsu, look at what I built for you. Tatsu, please, Tatsu, put me in the manga. Put me in the manga, please. Look at what I built for you, Tatsu. I just gotta show him Mothman, guys. Just let me show him Mothman. On hold for the 2. No, we can't, guys. I don't want to have to be the guy, but that period of time between season 2 and 3, which is probably going to be like 2 years at least, is going to be probably a bit difficult for us as a community, right? Because it feels like our like North Star is season 2, right? Since the creation of the community, season 2 has been our North Star, right? I'm pretty confident that we can all that we're all going to stay active. We'll probably lose a few soldiers in the wait to despair, and that's something to be expected. But we're going to keep doing the manga streams for as long as it takes. But yeah, it's probably going to be a while until season 3. So I'm probably going to start also at some point, probably post season 2, shifting to some other content as well. Just for the sake of keeping the community vibrant and videos going, and also it means that the Dandadan stuff doesn't just burn super quick. Because if I just focused on that exclusively, it would just disappear. Yeah, all the game streams and stuff are obviously going to keep going, and so is the so are all the live streams and stuff. But it's undeniable that a channel's success is in part determined by its capacity to grow. It just is how it is, right? The YouTube choo Charles. I will do it. Wait, I'll probably let's get to October, all right? We're gonna have a spooky month, all right? I'm gonna need all hands on deck for October, guys, because we are gonna spook it up. Okay, we're gonna get it really spooky. Okay, yeah, you guys better learn to love Metal Gear Solid, guys. You guys are gonna have to learn to love Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, maybe I'll play Choo Choo Charles before then. I know that's a long way away. Also, you'll have your hands full, Sarah. You'll have your hands full. So I will make a concerted effort to get that. Mom, tell him. I'll make a concerted effort to do that for you, Sarah. Because October is probably the worst time for you now I think about it. Anyway, the live streams will continue, obviously, but the growth of the channel is obviously a key performance indicator for us, right? And channels don't grow if they don't stay relevant. So I'm probably going to be looking at other stuff as well, but it's all going to be stuff that is, and we'll keep the Dandadan touch point anyway. That's not going anywhere. I'm obsessed with it, and that's not going away. But you know, there'll have to be other things as well. All of it is going to be stuff that is relevant to the community, that works with the community, but also stuff that I want to do as well. I don't want it to ever feel like I'm just phoning something in because people want something from the channel or want me to like something. That's never going to happen. That's not the kind of guy I am. I'm too what would you say? There are a lot of ways to end that sentence. But let's say headstrong, right? In this regard, egocentric. A little bit, actually. A little bit. Egocentric. Oh my god, she just came out and said it. You just came out and said it, though. Oh my lord. Yes, no, you're quite right, Sarah. I appreciate that more than anything. I think that I just did not mince words. We're all thinking it. She just fucking said it, though. I do think that doing this, there is a degree of egocentrism involved in it, right? Like you have to be, because in a lot of ways I'm having a conversation with my video is right there. That's me. I can see me right there. You guys are right there, right? So in a way, I'm kind of just talking to me, and that is the worst way of even phrasing it. I'm talking to you guys, but I'm also kind of watching me as well, right? So she's right. She's right. I mean, that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? I was going somewhere with this. Yes, anyway. So, it's unlikely that I'm going to just do stuff because people ask me to do it. I'll try stuff because people ask me to try it. I will try stuff because people ask me to try it. I'm always happy to do that. As long as you guys don't mind the fact that I put stuff off like crazy. But eventually, you know, there'll be other stuff in here as well. Just tide us over until Dandadan season 3. Okay, and we'll get there. But that's season 3 of the channel. You know, it's going to be a pretty long period of time, I imagine. But I think we'll be all right. I think we'll find other stuff. You know, I'm quite excited for it. It's just it's a long time to wait. You know, I feel like we've hyper niched quite well here as well. You know, I feel like a lot of, you know, I feel like a lot of people at this point have seen stuff from the channel. People who have a vested interest in Dandadan have seen quite a lot, have seen stuff from the channel, and that is incredible to me. It's bizarre, but also quite incredible. And I hope that we can continue that. I hope that people don't lose interest in Dandadan either. You know, it's just excellent, isn't it? I'm really excited for season 2. It's bizarre because it's just bizarre because Dandadan is like this Dandadan is like this big thing, right? This big international thing that people from all around the world watch and enjoy. And obviously, to a degree, I've kind of just latched onto that, right? My thing is latched onto that a little bit. A lot of it, actually. But being able to be associated with it in some online discourse is really you know, it's just really weird. It's just really bizarre, right? Like I can't. It's like going to Reddit or to Twitter and seeing somebody is talking about the content. It's such a different thing from people commenting. Obviously, the comments, I still get them all the time, and it's really cool to just sit down and go through them all, because they're always so kind, right? The comments on the channel are so positive that it's actually inspiring, right? And all of you are incredibly, you know, like the amount of bad comments on the channel is so low, and I don't fixate on them particularly. I just delete them and move on about my business because the good comments are just incredible. But getting a comment on the channel versus seeing other people talking about it elsewhere on the internet is weird, you know. Hashtag make Momo big again. Bigger. Big. Yeah, I feel like we need something that kind of that turns in, you know what I mean? You know, something that kind of has that. You know, I can get some red caps going if you guys want them. I can get some big caps going some red caps if you want them, guys. I know a guy. I know a hat guy. Big Yoshi. Right. Message received. You guys don't want the hats. That's fine. That's fine. Well, Sevlo, it is actually really interesting. It is really interesting. Because I've also tried to introduce people to Dandadan and it doesn't necessarily click for them. And I do wonder at times what it is precisely about us that makes us take interest in this, right? Taste for me is I feel like taste is not really the something that I feel you can necessarily funnily enough rank. Like people's taste, I don't know that you can necessarily rank it just because it's all incredibly subjective. But I do wonder what it is that draws people to this versus something else, right? Like I'm not particularly drawn to a lot of action based stuff, you know. I don't really care that much for things like Jujutsu Kaisen. It's fine. I don't really care for it that much. I think it's okay. But that's just because it's just fight after fight after fight. And it's like I don't really feel that the characters are properly the center, and it doesn't need to be. It's not. Yeah. Like that's my point. It's like it's not the point of it. Nor am I going to sit around. I'm not going to sit around and just watch characters who just meander forever. I find that a lot of anime can literally get lost and not focus on the plot at all. No, I'm not particularly a romance anime focused person either. I feel like Dandadan doesn't miss a beat with what it's trying to do with each, and this is why these past couple of chapters have felt for the most part a little bit off base, just because it isn't advancing the plot every single minute, right? And that's fine. Like sometimes you need to let it breathe a little, but we are so used to every single chapter advancing things and not wasting a minute Sometimes it should. Sometimes it should, right? I'm desperate to see a little bit of a slice of life kind of element after this, but every single chapter that is released is pushing the plot properly. I think that's something that is, it's just really well written, right? Like, they don't miss a beat with it. Even the characters, I say plot, I mean are pushing the story rather, right? That doesn't necessarily need to be just plot, but character relationships, things like that, that's story as well, right? Even if it's not plot. So I don't mean plot technically. I mean story. It's pushing character development and plot. And I think that's great. You know, it never misses a beat. If you go and find any chapter in this series, any chapter at all, something in there will push the plot and the character development and something about the relationships further. And I think that is the draw. A lot of anime just meanders, man. Like, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. It exhausts me to just sit. Like, I would rather have a really, really tight, focused 24 episode thing, right? Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, except for the one episode. There's one episode in there which is garbage. Something like that. That's really tight and perfect, like just a like a season that is just contained, and that's it. Versus a Naruto, right, where it's just basically garbage. Because it's like, who cares, man? Like, sometimes it is nice to get a bit of breathing room. That's what the Omakis provide us with. And I do think that Dandadan, now its plot, its characters are so many of them. I do think we could have a little bit of breathing room. I think we could have a little bit of breathing room, because I'm desperate to see some of these characters just interact a little bit more. But that's such a privileged problem to have with an anime or manga, is that, oh, it's too well focused on the development of the characters or the development of the story. That's such a good problem to have, is that it doesn't have enough filler. You know what I mean? Like we are spoiled with things happening, so much so that the past couple of weeks have felt off because they haven't done that necessarily. And that's such a good problem to have, right? And this is why it's so good, because it's just so focused, man. Like, it knows its characters. All the characters, every time that they behave, it feels like that's that character that's doing it, right? Like, they're not confused about who they are. All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna head in a few minutes as well, guys. Yeah, no, Jellies, I hear what you're saying up there. Sorry, I kind of missed it. Yeah, it is the I don't know. It's everything. It's everything about it. It's everything about it. It's very rare for me to find something. It's very rare for me to find something that I just like completely like it. You know, everything's got to come with caveats, and part of that's my fault, right? Part of that is my own not high standards necessarily. I don't necessarily think that my standards are high for things like production and stuff, right? Like or it has to be absolutely perfect from an artistic point of view or whatever. I care. Characters are my thing, right? That I really care about. Obviously, like that's the channel's whole thing, right? Is understanding how it impacts characters, or how the themes of the story reflective of characters and the relationships between them, how the story is set up to reflect character developments, or how the character developments also are instilled into the plot story, for the most part. Like the plot side of the story for me, you know, whatever. You know, it's like, oh, the world's going to end, and the third, fifth great ninja battle is commencing, and oh, I'm actually not Obito. I'm Madara Yushia, and it's like, I don't care, man. I don't care, dude. I don't know who you are, nor do I care. I just want to know, what does this mean about your characters? Oh, they've been so diluted over like 1,000 chapters that I don't know who you are, right? I don't know what you stand for. How can a character who's been in literally every single situation under the sun, right? A character who has had every single situation happen to them that is possible, who, like, how are you even a guy anymore? Who are you even at this point? You're just like a dude. Like, I don't know who you are as a character. You've been in every situation imaginable, and for the most part, you've not been that consistent across all of them. I don't care at this point. It's been like 1,000 chapters, and if you care about plot, good for you. You probably love that. You probably love that plot is developing like that. Great. I'm very happy for you. You know, there's a million different things that you can go. You have a character who's mostly the same except for a few bits and pieces, changing slowly, maybe over 1,000 chapters. Fine, right? I don't have the energy for that. I don't really care that much about world-ending plots and stuff. Like you know, like who's gonna win this fight kind of thing. Is like, you know. But Dandadan, every single thing I feel, all the stories, all the plots, and all the arcs are in some way reflective of the characters. And that's what the difference is for me. I haven't watched every anime, so maybe I'm speaking out of turn when I say that, right? But it's just who I am. Yeah, it's like, because it's not gonna. It's like the world is still gonna be there. I just, it's why I like things that are so character driven and character focused, and a lot of the time those things don't last forever, because your characters can only change so much before it becomes unnatural, right? Dandadan is probably not going to be one of those things that goes on for 1,000 chapters, guys. Like, really, being realistic, it's just not going to. And if it does, I'd be very surprised if it manages to keep consistently as tight focused as it is currently. I just can't see it. I just don't think that you can do that. You know, the writing's going to slip at a certain point, surely. If you go for 1,000 chapters, yeah, surely it has to. So I don't think it will. You know, I think maybe 300, 400 max, right? And I'm fine with that. I'd rather things ended while they were still really, really good. Because that's just the nature of it, right? It's funny because it, you know, we kind of live in like a time where we can't like let things go, you know. Yeah, I think Tatsu knows what's good. Sorry, Sarah. Sorry, Sarah. No, yeah, I mean, like, that's a topic that I also don't like that topic, just generally. But anyway. No, yeah, I mean, I you know what it is? Like, yeah, no, that's it. I'm the same, Blissy. I prefer things to have an ending. I don't like things going on forever, because the ending of something, it's not in writing, right? At least, or stories, or analyzing stories, right? Reading stories, watching stories. It's not, there's not a linearity to it necessarily, right? Although you do experience the film typically in a linear format, right? The ending of the film is just as relevant to the beginning of the film as any point along the way, right? Because for it to be well done and well written, it has an arc. So when you get to the end, it informs you about what it is, or should recontextualize somewhat the journey from the beginning. If you never reach the ending, it's like, what am I supposed to, you know what I mean? Like every arc in Dandadan. This is why it's hard to judge this arc right now, because we've not finished it yet, right? All right, Tarantado. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up soon, right? What was I saying? Yeah, no. Sometimes you just need to let things just finish, right? Because they just get worse. like I some of you who are in the Discord, by the way, guys, Discord, if you want to join the best community for Dandadan on the internet, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member, you get access to the Discord. Anyway, point is, recently I've been putting in some TNG, so the next generation gifts into the Discord, and I love TNG, right? I love TNG. It ended. It ended. One could argue slightly too late. There were some really good episodes in its final season, so I don't think that, but the cast were tired, everybody was tired, everybody was done, right? So it was time to finish it, and they finished it on a really, really good note, like an incredibly powerful note. Like an amazingly good note. But then they started making movies afterward with the cast, and it was awful, and nobody felt like themselves, and they were action focused. It was weird. Like, TNG is not an action focused show. It's just people talking in rooms. It's like, you know what I mean? But all the things that suddenly, it's like Tom Hardy's in it, and he's like Picard's clone, and he's got to fight him, and they're shooting at each other and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, what is happening? Awful, dreadful, like just not good. I did not enjoy it. And then what they did, right? And but this is relevant because it's partially relevant, right? I'm just complaining now. But then what they did is then they brought out Picard, right? Then they brought out Star Trek Picard, which is hot garbage. Like hot garbage. And it's like, let the guy just rest. Stop ruining it. Please stop digging up Patrick Stewart every 5 years. It's like, right, come on, up you get, Patrick. We've got to go ruin one of your old characters. It's like, yeah, no, Harrison Ford, he's done all of his, it's your turn now. It's like, Point is that sometimes it's better to just let things finish, and that's okay. That's a good thing, you know, because all good things have to come to an end. And if things, I wouldn't say it was outstanding. I think there are a couple of good moments in there. Alright, but now we're just talking about TNG. Look, seeing the Enterprise D was a magical experience, because it actually, but look, if you see the no, now we're just talking about it. Look, if you want to talk about TNG with me, join the Discord and we can chat about TNG. No, this isn't the place for the Next Generation chat. I don't agree with you, but that's fine. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's the main thing. I would never want to take that away from you. I'm happy you enjoyed it. You know? There's no TNG thread because nobody wants to talk about it with me, because nobody's watched it. It devastates me. Just don't watch season 1, or, well, no, I'd make a list of things that you needed to watch. No one's going to watch it. It doesn't matter. I'm no right to tell people to watch stuff because I have not watched anything that people have suggested yet. So no. If you want to talk about it in indie list, let me know. I didn't know that you wanted to talk about it, Danny. I didn't know that you wanted to talk about it. Look, we'll make a stage for it one day. we'll make a stage for it one day, right? Yeah, yeah. It's honestly, TNG is one of those shows that I revere. TNG, like changed me, right? Like it really changed my perspective of what a television show could be. It was also a difficult time in my life, and I was just like obsessed with it. It was great. I've seen references to it in Lower Decks. That's depressing. That is like depressing. It's like yeah. I've seen, like, I don't even know how to even respond to that. You know, it's like saying, "Oh, Star Wars. You mean that thing that they refer to in Captain America: Civil War?" No, Danny, come on, Danny. Look, we'll chat. We'll DM about it. We'll make a little stage for it and talk about it. We'll talk about it. The Next Generation, Star Trek: The Next Generation, jellies. It's a TV show from the 1980s and the 90s. I don't like Voyager very much, and I don't watch any of the new stuff. I watched some of Picard. Season 2 was so I didn't watch it. But season 3 is fine at point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Not it, you know. It's great. It's great. Enterprise is not particularly great because of what it does to the canon. Deep Space Nine is okay. There are some weird bits in there. It gets really weird about the kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what it's trying to say. I think is the problem. Every TNG episode felt like it was saying something, right? Like watching the Drumhead is incredible. Like watching the Drumhead or Measure of a Man are just, you'll never see anything quite as engaging as that in a television show, and it could not exist now. You wouldn't be able to make stuff like that. You know, and that's what's so great about it. You know, the original series has its charm. The original series has its charm for sure. It's not as consistently good as TNG though. No way. Some weird stuff in there as well. Some really weird stuff. I know it was a product of its time. You know, I think, what is it, City on the Edge of Tomorrow? That's wonderful still. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm just talking about The Next Generation now, even though I tried to talk myself out of it. So, I think I should just wrap things up because this is not a thingy. No, I know. I saw you refer to me as number one in the DMs. I know. I was there. I remember that. And I was like, hey, hold on a second. I remember that. You know. Also, I'd be the captain, not number one. So it's kind of awkward. Yeah. As we've displayed with this conversation, if things go on for too long, they start to lose their purpose, their meaning, and they get lost and confused, and they just go on forever. You know, and that's literally what just happened. Something that was focused and you know, trying to actually discuss a topic has just drifted off into talking about TNG. Yeah, it was. I designed that. I designed it that way, Blissy. Yeah, not an accident. Yeah, it was legitimate. You know, it was a kind of like a main thing. Do not call me Ensign. Like Wesley Crusher. Honestly, that is just what an insult. What an insult. It's rude, isn't it? I can do a Captain Picard. I can do a Captain Picard impression. I'm not gonna do it here because it's just far too embarrassing. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow, via voice note. Maybe I'll voice note you it tomorrow, as an apology for forgetting. I'll do that. I'll send you a voice note of my Captain Picard. I can do it. I can do it. You know, I didn't know I could do a Shaggy voice until earlier today, if I'm completely honest with you, or a Scooby-Doo. I didn't know I could do either of those. And apparently I can. Like. I don't want to be an admiral. I want to be a captain like Picard. I want to be a captain like Captain Picard of the USS Enterprise. You still can't believe that was me. Yeah, well, you know. There are a few things that I can do in regards to that kind of thing, but it was funny. It's just funny. Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it? It was based on the Matthew Lillard version of the character. You know, my inspiration. Yep. Right. Okay. I did say I would finish half an hour ago, but here we are. Yeah, we're only here occasionally, so I tried to make the most out of it. But guys, I am going to hit it. All right. And I will catch you next week. Off to the editing cave. Quite right. Chapter 200, guys. Chapter 200 next week. Chapter 200. USS Glasgow. Very good. All right, guys. Catch you.